who is a senior consultant and ex-DGM of CB as a resource person for the day, and Sri KVS Kameshwara Rao, Registrar Sikkim University, for his presence. Starting with, I would like to welcome Professor S.S. Mahapatra, Head, Department of Commerce, Sikkim University, for his welcome speech.
Thank you, Anjula. Respected Registrar Sikkim University, Sri KVS Kameshwar Rao, sir. Keynote speaker of the day, Sri Surya Kanta Sharma, Senior Consultant and ex-DGM SEBI. Dr. Sanjay Kumar Agarwal from Association of Mutual Fund in India. My colleagues from the university and other universities, and dear research scholars, students, and everybody present in the webinar. At the outset, I would like to extend warm welcome to all of you to this webinar on management of personal finances. I am thankful to our registrar for gracing the occasion and has agreed to deliver a small address to the audience. I am also thankful to Dr. Sanjay Kumar Agarwal for conceptualizing this webinar. In fact, he is the brainchild of organizing this webinar. When he talked to me, immediately I agreed because I thought it is very, very essential for our students. So I remember in 1947, Nobel laureate Herbert A. Simon suggested that a decision maker did not always make the best financial decision because of limited educational resources and personal inclinations. The 2008 global financial crisis indicates that human beings do not always make rational financial decisions, and the market is not self-regulating and corrective of any imbalances in the economy. So therefore, there is a need for personal finance education to help an individual to take rational financial decision in his or her life. Keeping this in mind, many leading universities have started offering financial educational program in both undergraduate as well as in their graduate programs, especially in USA. Many universities they have started offering this financial education program in US. Financial planning is the base on which family and personal wealth is built. There are many fundamental areas related to the economic welfare of a person. These areas are generally basic financial planning, essential asset planning, insurance planning, investment planning, retirement planning, estate planning, tax planning, health planning, and many more. There are many tools and techniques available in the market. For example, YNAB, you need a budget. This budgeting tool can be synced to your bank account to give you real-time financial information. Through this tool, you can generate charts, graphs to track your progress. Similarly, Bird cloud-based software uses a calendar to help you manage your income and expenses. So, Financial Stability and Development Council, a standing committee headed by Honorable Union Finance Minister, has inter alia recognized the importance of financial education and investor awareness and has adopted a policy document, National Strategy for Financial Education. So it has been desired that all national financial regulators should make concerted effort for financially empowered India through financial education and investor awareness. So there are many people who are academically literate but financially illiterate. The example of Nobel laureate, he was academically brilliant, he got Nobel Prize, but he himself claimed that so he was financially illiterate. So there is a need for sensitizing the citizens to become financially literate and equip themselves for taking their financial decisions in an informed manner and to do financial planning in a more structured manner so that not only their present is good but also their future could be secured. Once again, I would like to extend warm welcome to all of you. It is a privilege to listen to Sri Suryakanta Sharma, who is an eminent person and also he has wide experience in SEBI. So we all will be eagerly waiting for his distinct deliberations. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your welcome speech. Now I request Dr. Ravi Shekhar Vishal sir, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, Sikkim University, to introduce the speaker, Sri Suryakant Sharma sir, to the gathering.
Good afternoon to all the dignitaries present here in this webinar. It is an honor for us to have among us Suryakant Sharma sir, who is going to deliberate on management of personal finance. This program has been organized under the aegis of Association of Mutual Funds in India with Department of Commerce as a part of 75 years of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Suryakant Sharma sir is a commerce graduate and master's in law, LLM, with a specialization in corporate laws. He is also chartered associate of Indian Institute of Banking and Finance. Sir has over 35 years experience in banking and finance and securities market. He served initially in the leading financial institution, thereafter in Department of Financial Services, Ministry of Finance, Government of India, and finally in SEBI for more than 15 years. Sri Sharma joined Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI, in 2003 and served there for more than 16 years in different departments of SEBI. In addition to these assignments, he was DGM in charge of Office of Investment Awareness and Education in SEBI's Northern Regional Sharma sir is also a member of working group of NCRT for developing vocational course on mutual funds for students of 11th and 12th classes. Sri Sharma also mentor of a few NGOs working for financial literacy and investor awareness in the country. Under his supervision, more than 15,000 financial literacy and investor awareness programs were conducted across North India when he was working in SEBI, and he himself has addressed as a great speaker in more than 600 investor awareness programs. After superannuation from 2019, he has joined Association of Mutual Funds in India, an apex body of mutual fund in India, as senior consultant for spreading investor awareness among citizens. During pandemic since May 2020, Sharma sir has interacted with thousands of investors and students through more than 250 webinars in reputed educational and professional institutions, corporates, startups, government departments, public enterprises, research institutions, professional business bodies across the country. So without wasting much of a time, I would request Suryakant Sharma sir to deliberate on the topic of management of personal finance and guide us in that area. Suryakant Sharma sir.
Thank you, Dr. Vishal. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is my voice clear?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Vishal. Thank you for giving my introduction to the participants. I am especially thankful to Dr. Mahapatra Dr. Rao, and all your core team of organizers who have given us opportunity to interact with all of you on this subject of personal finance management. But before coming on the topic, Dr. Vishal, I want to mention 2-3 points before all the participants. The first is that this program is from Association of Mutual Fund in India, Dr. Mahapatra. But it is not a marketing event or a promotional event of mutual funds. I want to make it very clear. This is purely an investor awareness program which are being organized under the mandate of SEBI. And the purpose of all these programs are just to sensitize participants, particularly young participants, about the importance of their financial management, personal finance management. And secondly, since this program is for the participants, I will request at least students like Mr. Shiva Singhal and other participants, those who are young and still students, please keep a copy or one notebook with them with pen, and they can note down anything they found useful or a new idea in my session, which they can explore through Google and websites. And Mr. Shiva, you will agree with me, now every information is available on Google and websites. Rather, we are flooded with the information. But these programs are just to sensitize participants to go deeper into the subject in order to have clarity about the basics of the mutual fund, of the personal finance management. And lastly, I will be very happy, Dr. Vishal, if more and more questions come from the participants, because that will be a reflection that participants have taken interest into the subject and they might have some query or some doubts on the subject, which they will definitely be are welcome to ask the questions. During my session, if they have any questions, they can just send their questions to the chat box. Dr. Vishal will take care of those questions at the end of my session. And when my session is over, we will make the town hall open. Anybody can just raise hand and ask the question. And Dr. Vishal, if you don't mind, I will keep telling you, taking your name again and again during the session. And the purpose of this is just to connect with the participant through you.
Okay, sir.
Kindly permit me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I will also ask questions to you to take my session forward.
Okay, sir.
So the first basic question I want to ask Dr. Vishal to you, what are the two main purposes of money in our life? What money serves in our life? Or rather, what money gives? If you have any thoughts on it, please let me know.
Sir, yes, sir. Money has a purchasing power, sir. So,
Okay.
To live a life smoothly, money is a means to achieve certain kind of ends which we want to achieve.
Very right. You are very right, Dr. Vishal. But I to be on broader side, you will agree with me that money serves two basic purposes in our life. The first purpose of money is to have prosperity in our life. I think you will agree with me.
Yes, sir.
And the second purpose of the money is to have security out of it.
Yes.
So money gives us prosperity, and money also gives us security. And my dear Mr. Vishal, Dr. Vishal, the stage of prosperity differs from individual to individual. When
Yes,
I
sir.
don't have anything, Dr. Vishal, then what are my thoughts on prosperity? My thoughts on prosperity is that I should have my basic needs met.
Right.
Roti, kapda, makan.
Yes, sir.
The first thought come in my mind is my basic needs are met. And once these are met, I feel prosper for the time being. That okay, I'm okay. But Dr. Vishal, you will agree with me that human beings will not stop when my basic needs are met. Then
Yes,
definitely we will think at the second stage. And what is the second stage, Dr. Vishal? Then we will think of having comfort in our life.
In life.
We should have reasonable house. We should have reasonable 4 vehicle. We should have all appliances at the home which are necessary for the comfort. So human beings, after taking care of their basic needs, go for the comfort. That is the second stage of prosperity. But even Dr. Vishal, when our second stage is we arrive at, and our basic comfort needs are met, we normally don't stop. Normally. Then we think of having luxuries in our life. Definitely, Dr. Vishal will think of having a palatial house in Gangtok, one more house in one of the other hill state of Sikkim, or a fancy costly vehicle at home, all luxury items at home. This is naturally we all desire.
Yes,
We all dream for. So, my dear participants, money gives us prosperity in stages. And the second thing, Dr. Vishal, money gives us security. But unfortunately, money gives you security only when, Dr. Vishal, when we have plenty of money. Because suppose we have 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs in our bank account, would you feel secure? No, sir. We will feel secure one day when Dr. Vishal will have 100 crore in his bank account. Once that much of money is there, definitely Dr. Vishal will see no problem now, Baba, I have got 100 crore in my bank account. If anything happens to me or my family, that money which I have, I will take care of those things through the money I have. But Dr. Vishal, security comes only when we have plenty of money. But Dr. Vishal, you will agree with me that we middle class, salary class person like you and me wouldn't be having 100 crore in our bank account. I think you will agree with me.
Yes, sir.
At least through service at job, we will not be having that.
We will never do. Yes.
We will never have. If you start some business or some startup or some profit, there is a possibility of you may have 100 crore. But through service and job, normally people wouldn't be having 100 crore in your bank account.
Yes.
Now, naturally, the question arises in our mind, then how we can, middle class, salary class person can develop security for himself or herself and for his family. Because Dr. Vishal, you will agree with me that security is a very essential and important thing in our life. Every human being first wants security.
Yes, sir.
So how we can develop security for myself and for family? Yes, my dear participants, I want to and Vivek, earlier it was Shiva, now you have changed your name to Vivek. There are 3 things we have to do in our life, more so, Dr. Vishal, when we start our career, when we start earning. Those who are students may not, it may not be relevant at this stage, but they should have a clear idea of what is the importance of security in their life and what they should do to develop security when they start earning. So, my dear participants, I wish to tell 3 things. Please do these 3 things, Dr. Vishal. If you have not done these 3 things, please do start seriously considering about these 3 things, completing these 3 things. And all these 3 things, Dr. Vishal, will give you security only. Please mind it.
Yes.
It will not give you prosperity. I am I want to make it very clear.
Yeah.
Because prosperity aspect we will discuss afterwards. I have taken security first because I feel security is the first and paramount importance in our life.
Yes.
So how we can have security? Number 1, what we should do is, Dr. Vishal, every earner must have adequate life insurance cover. I again repeat, Dr. Vishal, every earner must have adequate life insurance cover. And what is life insurance cover, Dr. Vishal? Normally speaking, why we take life insurance cover? Dr. Vishal, you will agree with me that life is pretty uncertain. We are talking to today, of course, through this platform only, but we can see each other, we can hear each other. But Dr. Vishal, are you sure what will happen tomorrow? Is anybody sure?
No, sir.
Nobody is sure what will happen. Of course, we will live for next 100 years. That's a different story.
Yeah.
But even tomorrow is uncertain.
Yes.
And this uncertainty, Dr. Vishal, kills us, and this uncertainty always keep a pressure on us.
Yes.
More so when, Dr. Vishal, when I have a family and I am the sole earner in the family. I always keep thinking, and my family also think on the same lines, that everything is going smoothly today. I am earning, my family is enjoying everything, my kids are getting education, and monthly expenses are being taken care of, even little bit of vacation is and comfort, luxury, everything is available to all of us because of my salary, if I am the single earner. But Dr. Vishal, suppose perchance, unfortunately, I am not available to my family tomorrow because of that. What will happen to my family? How they will survive? How my kids will continue to get education? How my family will get monthly expenses met? What are their dreams? What are they? Everybody had dreams. So how their dreams will be fulfilled? So this question is always remain in our mind. And to overcome that question, Dr. Vishal, normal middle class, salary class person take life insurance cover. And the purpose of life insurance cover, Dr. Vishal, is very simple. That in case I am not available to my family tomorrow because of death, my family should not at least suffer financially. They should have reasonable money with them. Of course, social and emotional issues will always be there with them.
Yes.
But the question should not arise from where I will get, my family will get food next month.
Yes, sir.
How my kids will get education and go for higher education. That is why I take life insurance cover. The purpose of life insurance cover is very simple, Dr. Vishal, but very important.
Yes,
and
sir.
That is why I keep telling in all my sessions, please do take adequate life insurance cover. Dr. Vishal, I am here emphasizing adequate.
Adequate.
People do have taken some 5 lakh, 10 lakh, 15 lakh, 20 lakh life insurance. We all have taken.
Yes.
But Dr. Vishal, that is grossly inadequate. Because suppose I have taken a life insurance cover of 10, 15 lakhs, and if something happens to me, my family get 10 lakhs. How long they will survive? 10 lakhs is nothing. It is nothing. So it should be, life insurance cover should be adequate. And what is the definition of adequacy? A thumb rule I am sharing with all of the participants. Dr. Vishal, your life insurance cover should be minimum 10 times of your annual package or annual income.
Okay.
Minimum, I am telling you. Suppose your annual package is 25 lakhs in the Sikkim University. Then ideally speaking, you should take a life insurance cover of not less than 2.5 crore rupees. I don't think you have taken that level of life insurance.
No, sir.
most of them, honestly speaking, most of them are not taken. And Dr. Vishal, in my times, only 2 products of insurance were available, that is money back and endowment.
Endowment,
but
yes, sir.
Those were not true insurance products. Honestly, they were linked to savings. But nowadays, a very genuine and true insurance product is available in the market particularly for the young people like you, Dr. Vishal. And the name of the product is term insurance, TERM, term insurance. In term insurance, Dr. Vishal, a person can take an adequate life insurance cover by paying a very, very small amount. Suppose you want to take a life insurance cover of 1 crore rupees and your age is around 25 to 30. Your monthly premium for the 1 crore life insurance cover under term insurance, Dr. Vishal, will come not more than 600 or 700 rupees per month, which anybody can afford.
Anybody can.
But if you go for the money back and endowment, your monthly premium will be not less than 40 to 50,000. That hardly anybody will be able to afford. So please do take life insurance cover. Term insurance, through insurance, it is very cheaper. You can have adequate life insurance cover. And here again, Dr. Vishal, early you take, lesser will be the premium. Yes. Because the premium of the life insurance cover is connected to your age, related to your age. That is why I keep telling young participants, when they start earning, they should take adequate life insurance cover at the first year of their career.
Yes.
And nowadays, Dr. Vishal, top-up facility is also available in insurance. Top-up simply means, suppose you have taken initially 1 crore life insurance cover, but after 5 or 10 years, you feel that it has become inadequate because your liability might have an increase and because of inflation and other factors, then you can top it up from 1 crore to 2 crore or to 3 crore. That facility is also now available. So first request I want to again repeat to all the participants, please do take adequate life insurance cover. And this will give you security to your family basically. Because now family will indirectly feel secure, no problem, Baba. If anything unfortunate happens, at least they will not be on the roads for the money, very honestly speaking. They will have some money which they can, they will get reasonable or rather good amount, and which they can deposit or invest somewhere, get some regular income, and they can survive. Second request I want to make to all the participants, Dr. Vishal, please do take adequate health insurance cover.
Yes.
Life insurance cover is totally different and health insurance cover is totally different. But Dr. Vishal, normally people get confused. Baba, I have taken life insurance cover. Why I should take health insurance cover now? My dear participant, life insurance cover we take that in case of the death, my family will not have much hardship about the money. But health insurance cover we take, Dr. Vishal, that in case of some medical emergency or a serious disease is discovered in my body, or I unfortunately met with an accident, where we will go? We will be forced to go to the private hospital, Dr. Vishal, because unfortunately, even after 75 years of independence, our governmental health system is not up to mark, very honestly.
Yes.
So we will be forced to go to the private hospital. But there the problem is different, Dr. Vishal. If we remain in the hospital for 10-15 days, they may raise a bill of more than 10 lakhs or 12 lakhs. From where that money will come?
Yes.
If we don't have health insurance cover, and if such situation arises, definitely we can't avoid hospitalization, getting best treatment. But then if don't have money, we will have to raise that money from friends or relations or take some loan. That will be painful. But alternate is there, Dr. Vishal. If you have taken health insurance cover, all your medical treatment expenses in the best available hospital, Dr. Vishal, will be paid directly by the insurance company to the hospital under cashless system. And you will not be required to pay a single penny to the hospital. You go to the best hospital, get the best treatment, come home recovered without paying anything. That is the purpose of having health insurance cover. And nowadays, Dr. Vishal, a very unique policy is available in the market, which is called floater health insurance, FLOATER, floater health insurance cover. It is also called umbrella health insurance cover. In this health insurance cover, Dr. Vishal, when I take that insurance, health insurance cover, I have got leverage to include name of my wife or spouse, my kids, even my parents. So in one singular health insurance cover, all members of the family are covered. If anything happens with any of the family members, we can take them to the best hospital, get the best treatment without paying anything. That is the purpose of having a floater health insurance. And it should be adequate. And adequacy is that suppose you are in metro, Dr. Vishal, then you should have a family floater health insurance cover of not less than 20 lakhs. But if you are in 2-tier, 3-tier cities, your family should have a health insurance cover of not less than 5 to 10 lakhs, meaning between 5 to 10 lakhs. It is ideal. And here again, early you take, lesser will be the premium. And for premium of both the life insurance cover and health insurance cover, Dr. Vishal, we do get income tax exemption under section 80C and 80D. But that is an incidental benefit only, my dear friends. Please do understand. The purpose of having life insurance cover and health insurance cover, Dr. Vishal, is much, much bigger and greater than availing income tax. That you must avail.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
if we should avail it, but we should not take life insurance cover or health insurance only for taking exemption under income tax. That is a point I want to make all of you. The third thing about security, Dr. Vishal, Dr. Vishal, you will agree with me, this Corona has taught us hundreds of lessons. It has changed
Yes,
everything. It has changed everything. Our
everything.
life has changed. How we think, how we play, how we meet, how everything has changed. Everything has changed. That is why one more thing this Corona has taught us, Dr. Vishal, and that thing is every family must have an emergency fund of around 5 lakhs all the time. Why I am telling you, Dr. Vishal, for emergency fund? Because Dr. Vishal, you are very lucky. You might have been working in Sikkim University during pandemic. You continue to get salary and everything, but at the same time, Dr. Vishal, you are aware that lakhs of people had lost their job.
Yes.
Lakhs of people have got substantial reduction in their salaries. Businesses were closed, professions were closed, not for one or 2 weeks, Dr. Vishal, for months together. And this was totally unexpected for most of it. So lakhs of people have suffered a lot, very painful time for all of them. And that is why I am telling my participant that for future, please develop an emergency fund of around 5 lakhs. That in case of some emergency like this happens, you lose the job temporarily, or reduction in salary is there, or some emergency arises all of a sudden in the family. At least through that emergency fund, you are able to manage your monthly expenses of around 9 months to 1 year.
1 year.
That cushion or buffer has to be there all the time with her. That is why I am telling, please do develop a emergency fund of around 5 to 7 lakh. And Dr. Vishal, 5 to 7 lakh is not a small amount for all of us. But we can develop it over a period of time, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. But once it is developed, then you have to make a promise with your family. This is an emergency fund only. It will never be used for any other purpose, like celebration, vacation. Because when Dr. Vishal will have 5 lakhs rupees, family will keep chasing him, go on vacation, have some celebration. Naturally, it is very natural.
Yeah.
But we have to be very clear, my dear friends. This emergency fund is only for emergencies. And I am not saying that you keep this emergency fund at home in currency form of 5 lakh rupees. No, better you develop in some fixed deposit in a good bank, getting some reasonable return. But this can be withdrawn at any shortest possible time when emergency arises. So these 3 things, I again repeat: adequate life insurance cover, adequate health insurance cover for the family, and emergency fund of 5 to 7 lakh, Dr. Vishal, will give you a mental and a sense of security to all of you. And once we develop security, definitely we should think about the prosperity. Now I am coming to the prosperity aspect of the money. And Dr. Vishal, you know, what is the main source of income for all of us? Salary. Salary we get from the employer, or in your case from your university, and most of those who are service or in jobs, salary is your main source of income. And what we do with the salary, sir? A majority of our salary goes into taking care of our monthly or regular expenses. Majority of it. Maybe 60%, maybe 70%, whatever it may be. But majority of our salary goes into taking care of our monthly expenses. But Dr. Vishal, we Indians have a very unique DNA. And that is in our blood. And what is that, sir? You must be knowing. We Indians sincerely try. Sincerely trying. Even a person who is earning 10 or 15,000, even he or she will try. We always sincerely try to take away some money out of our regular income. Yes. We sincerely try. We always try. Of course, it is tough nowadays because of inflation and all, but we sincerely try. So the money which we don't spend out of our regular income, Dr. Vishal, what we call it, it is called savings. It is called savings. And we all are savers. And Dr. Vishal, you must be knowing, Indians are still one of the best savers in the world.
Yes.
And we are still one of the best savers of the world. But 2 things I want to tell you. One thing is very painful. We do save. We are savers, but we are casual about saving. Casual in the sense, this month I might have sent 10,000. Next month it might be 12,000. Third month it might be even 8,000. And fourth month it might be zero. Of course, region might be there. I'm not discussing about the regions. But what my request is, please identify an amount of saving which you can comfortably do every month. And that I'm leaving into you. I'm not prescribing, Dr. Vishal, any percent. Normally people do prescribe, do the 30% saving, do 20% saving. What I am saying is, please do identify an amount of saving which you can comfortably save. Suppose Dr. Vishal says that my income is 50,000, my salary is 50,000 a month, and my salary, my expenses are around 40,000. What you indirectly saying is, sir, that you can save 10,000 a month. Then my request is very simple but emphatic, Dr. Vishal. Please do save this amount of 10,000 upfront. Take it away the moment you get salary. Of course, it is difficult, but this discipline you have to develop. There is no other option. My dear young students, Mr. Rao, Mr. Rajmi, note, I don't know his name, what his name is, but those who are students must understand there is no option out of it, except that please accept that only regular saving is the only way forward for your prosperity. So please do identify amount of saving and then religiously save that amount every month, come what may. I'm underlining, sir, come what may, because every month things will keep happening. Every month something or other will happen. But you have to be very rigid. You have to be very disciplined that come what may, I will save this amount which I have identified. This is the first request I want to make. Second request is about saving is, kindly keep increasing your saving every year minimum by 10%. And how it is possible, Dr. Vishal, you know it very well, because every year we get increments. We get some allowances, we get DA and all these things. So our income keep increasing every year.
Yes.
So with the increase in income, we must increase your saving every year. Suppose this year, Mr. Dr. Vishal, you are saying 10,000 a month. Ideally speaking, next second year it should be 11,000. And third year it should be 12,100. 100. Again, I know it is difficult. I know, sir. But then these commitments and discipline will make us prosper. There is no way out. There is no way out, sir.
Yes.
So, two things about saving: identify saving and religiously do it, and then keep increasing your saving minimum by 10%. Now, the second question arises, Dr. Vishal, what to do with the savings?
Yes.
I am saving, what to do with the savings? Dekhi, Sherpa, when we save, there are two options with us, Dr. Vishal. One option is, I am saving religiously. That I am a disciplined person. But what foolishly I am doing is, the moment I get salary, I take out 10,000 of saving from my bank account and keep it at home, currency form. Every month I am counting them, feel happy, and then putting it at home in a box, or leaving that amount in my bank account. My dear participants, this is gross injustice, Dr. Vishal, to ourselves, to our family, and to our country as a whole. Never, never, never do this, please. Naturally, Dr. Vishal then asks us, what is the option, sir, with all of us? Yes, Dr. Vishal, other option is there. And that is, we should put our saving, Dr. Vishal, through a process, number one, into acquisition of some assets, value which will increase in future. And put our savings into some financial instrument which will give us periodical and regular return in future. And Dr. Vishal, the process of putting your saving into some asset or in financial instrument, you know what it is. My dear participant, it is called investment. It is called investment. So saving is the first step, investment is the second step. Those who are saving must be investors. It is a necessity. Because Dr. Vishal, if you save and don't invest, then better not to save. Enjoy your money.
Yes.
Because if you save and don't invest, the purpose of saving itself is defeated. So we have necessarily to be investor. And we are all invested, Dr. Vishal. We are putting our money in one or other products. We are all doing it. So we are all investors. But one very pinching point is here, Dr. Vishal. I know part, and I feel that your participant must understand that point. That is, Dr. Vishal, most of the Indians are savers and investors as well.
Yeah.
But despite saving and investment, Dr. Vishal, most of the middle class, salary class persons particularly just remain money accumulators in their life. They don't become wealth creators. My dear person, please do understand the difference I am sharing with you. That is very important. Most of the middle class, salary class person, despite their sincere efforts in saving and investment, just remain money accumulators, and they don't become wealth creators. And Dr. Vishal, prosperity will come only through wealth creation, not through money accumulation. My dear participant, please do understand, prosperity will come only through wealth creation, not through money accumulation. So first, let us understand what the difference between money accumulation and wealth creation. And for that, again, Dr. Vishal, I kindly permit me to take your name for an example which I am sharing with all of the students.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Suppose Dr. Vishal has got 1 lakh rupees with him. Of course, he has got much more than that. But just for example's sake, I say that Dr. Vishal has got 1 lakh rupees with him. And he goes with a good bank for 1 year bank FD. 1 year bank FD. And Dr. Vishal, nowadays you must be aware that the rate of interest on FD is around 6%, 5.5, around 6, you take it 6%. After 1 year, when I meet you and just ask Dr. Vishal, sir, what happened to your FD which you had done last year with a good bank? Dr. Vishal is very happy. He is smiling. He says that I have earned 6,000 rupees as bank interest income. Am I right, sir?
Yes, sir.
And you are happy. What you say is that I have earned 6,000 rupees as bank interest income, and my money has been given back by the bank. After 1 year, 1 lakh rupees has been returned, and I have earned 6,000 rupees. When I asked Dr. Vishal, are you right? Dr. Vishal might get annoyed. He said, I am absolutely right. You can see my passbook. I have got a credit entry of 6,000 rupees in my bank account as bank interest. Very right, sir. But Dr. Vishal, you literally ignored two very important factors while analyzing return on your investment. And Dr. Vishal, FD is also an investment, you will appreciate.
Yes.
And the one and the foremost factor which we must not ignore is, Dr. Vishal, is inflation, mehengai. We talk about the inflation, Dr. Vishal, nowadays, day in, day out, at family, at office, in staff room, the hot discussion on inflation. But we don't factor in inflation while analyzing return.
Yes.
So first we should understand, Dr. Vishal, what is inflation? Simply speaking, inflation is nothing but increase in the prices of goods, item or services over a period of time. Am I right, sir?
Yes, sir.
Inflation is nothing but increase in the prices of goods, item or services over a period of time. So last year, Dr. Vishal, when you had 1 lakh rupees, instead of going for FD, had you purchased some items or goods from 1 lakh rupees, or might have availed some services from 1 lakh rupees, Dr. Vishal, tell me, would you be able to get same items, same services after 1 year at 1 lakh rupees, sir? Will it be possible?
No, sir.
It will not be possible because of inflation. Prices of those items or goods or services must have increased. Yes. Suppose, Dr. Vishal, we take the inflation rate at 5% during this 1 year period. What does it simply means? It simply means that last year, whatever Dr. Vishal could have purchased from 1 lakh rupees or have availed some services for the same goods and same services after 1 year, Dr. Vishal, you will need to pay not 1 lakh rupees, but 1 lakh 5,000. Am I right, sir?
Yes, sir.
You are concurring with me now.
Yes,
now
sir.
I drag you to the main question. Now you see the proposition, sir. You are very happy that you earned 6,000 rupees, but in reality, out of 6,000, 5,000 had been eaten by the inflation.
Inflation.
Out of 6,000, 5,000 had been eaten by the inflation. Still, Dr. Vishal is happy, no problem, sir. Okay. Still 1,000 is
1,000 is
no, sir, no. Other factor is there. Most of the income and return are taxable under income tax, sir.
income tax.
And for FD, Dr. Vishal, you might not be aware. For FD, rules are very clear. Whatever you earn as bank interest on FD are taxable as per your slab. There is no concession. 10,000 which you get as bank interest exemption, Dr. Vishal, that relates to your saving bank account only.
Account, yes.
So on FD, whatever you earn, you will have to pay tax as per your slab. Suppose, Dr. Vishal, you are under 20% bracket. Then 20% income tax on 6,000 you will have to pay. And 20%, sir, means 1,200 rupees. So now, Dr. Vishal, you were smiling earlier. You were very happy when you got 6,000. Now you see the reality, my dear friends, sir. Out of 6,000, 5,000 has been eaten by the inflation, and Dr. Vishal has to pay 1,200 rupees as income tax. Did you get anything in reality, sir?
No, sir. No. Minus 200.
Rather, 200 rupees has gone out of your pocket.
Yeah. Yes.
And that's the reality of most of our investments.
Yes.
Most of the investment, Dr. Vishal, we don't earn any real return. Your 6,000 is your notional return only. I take this example forward. Suppose the interest rate, Dr. Vishal, is 8%. In that scenario, you will get 8,000 as bank interest income. Again, keeping inflation at 5%, out of 8,000, 5,000 will be eaten by the inflation. Again, 20% income tax for 8,000. That is 1,600 you pay as income tax. But even after that, Dr. Vishal, there remains 1,400. That 1,400 is your real income. That 1,400 is your real return. And my dear participants, you must strive very hard that your all investment must earn some real return. And you must never be satisfied with a notional return. And the formula of real return is very simple, my dear participant. If you wish, Mr. Ghosh, you can note it down, Vivek Ghosh. Real return equal to notional return minus inflation minus tax liability, if any. Real return equal to notional return minus inflation minus tax liability. So, because, my dear friends, your wealth creation will be possible only through real return, never through notional return. So please always try to earn some real return on your investment. Now, what is the reason, Dr. Vishal? What is the reason that most of us are money accumulator only? What is the reason? There must be some reason, sir, because nothing in the world is without reason. So there must be, what is the reason, sir, that most of the middle class salary person are share money accumulators? Yes, sir, reason is there. And the reason lies in our mind, not somewhere outside, sir. It is deeply in our mind. And what is the reason, sir? Most of the middle class, salary class person don't want to take any risk. Arey baba, risk ki baat mat karo.
Yes.
No. When my session reaches at this stage, Mr. Ghosh, one or two chat box messages might come. Arey sir, don't talk about the risk. We are not, we don't wish to take any risk. Tell us something about safe investment. But Dr. Vishal, I want to tell all the participants, it is a stark fact of life. The term safe investment doesn't exist at all. In most of the investment, risk is there, except some governmental small saving scheme, which we will discuss after. That is very few and far only. And that those schemes are not going to make you prosper. But most of the investment risk is there. So my dear participant, please do accept honestly that in investment, like in life, risk is there. Risk is an integral part of life. And risk is an integral part of investment as well. And Dr. Vishal,
Yes.
once you accept that risk is there, then there is a possibility of your developing thinking, then how I can manage my risk, how I can minimize my risk. Naturally, everybody will like to minimize their risk. Everybody would like to manage their risk. That is very natural. So how we can do it, Dr. Vishal? Yes, my dear participants, we all can manage your risk and we all can minimize your risk by practicing a very simple two-word formula, my dear Mr. Ghosh. Very simple two-word formula. If you want to note it down, you can note it down. But just writing on the paper is not going to serve the purpose, Mr. Ghosh. It is not going to serve the purpose. You have to practice this formula in your life of investment decisions. And what is this formula, Dr. Vishal? Think, understand, and invest.
Invest.
Two words only I have used, Dr. Vishal. Think, understand, and then invest. The first word, Dr. Vishal, is think. What we have to think? Yeah, we have to think two things about ourselves. The first thing is, Dr. Vishal, what is my risk appetite? What is my risk-taking capacity? How much risk I can take? And Dr. Vishal, you will agree with me that every individual has got different risk appetite.
Risk appetite.
Because of this obvious reason that income of all individuals are different.
Same.
Family obligations and social obligations of all individuals are different. So every individual has got different risk appetite. But Dr. Vishal, most of us make a mistake. Most of the middle class, salary class person. What is that, Dr. Vishal? We follow others on investment decisions.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, because typically what happens, suppose Dr. Vishal is in his room making some investment application form, and Mr. Ghosh come to your room and say, sir, what you are doing? Because Mr. Ghosh, not Dr. Vishal, is a very good, smart investor. Dr. Vishal will say, I am investing some of my money in a product, which is a good one. Naturally, a thought will come in the mind for Mr. Ghosh that I should also invest, since wherever Dr. Vishal is investing, it must be good product. No, sir, that is a wrong notion. Because Dr. Vishal is investing according to his risk appetite. And the risk of Dr. Ghosh is totally different. Dr. Ghosh has got different risk appetite and Dr. Vishal has got different one. So why we should follow others while taking our investment decision? Please never do this. We mostly do it, but today onwards, never take your investment decision while following others. You take your investment decision strictly as per your risk appetite. And Dr. Vishal, you will agree with me that even the individual's risk appetite is not a constant factor. It will keep changing. It keeps changing with the age. When you are young, like Dr. Ghosh, Vivek Ghosh, you can take high risk, Mr. Ghosh, because you have longer horizon in your life. You have 25, 30 years to go in your service. But yes, I don't have that luxury. So I can't take risk. So you should take risk. I encourage young people to take risk. Because if something happens with them, if their decision goes wrong, let it be. They will rectify their mistake and they will correct their mistake and go for the right investment afterwards. So please do take your risk investment decision strictly as per your risk appetite. Second one is time horizon of investment. Dr. Vivek Ghosh is equally important.
Yes, sir.
Time horizon of investment is equally important. And for that, again, now I will take the name of Mr. Ghosh because he is in front of me. So kindly give me permission to take your name. Dr. Ghosh, I want 1 hour of yours next Sunday. Not only yours, all participants like Dr. Vishal who are earners. And for students to understand what I want to say. I just want 1 hour of yours. Dr. Ghosh, request your family members to be with you. All your family members to be with you. Take one paper. On the paper, make 3 columns. First column, second column, and third column. And after discussion with them, Dr. Ghosh, just jot down what are the milestones in your life. What are the milestones? And Dr. Vishal, what are the normal milestones in our life? Marriage is the first milestone.
Yes.
I think you will agree with me.
Yes, sir.
Marriage is the first milestone. After marriage, birth of the children, celebration, second milestone. Third milestone, purchase or acquisition a house for the family. Naturally, every family will like to have their family. Then, if you have not taken a 4-wheeler so far, 4-wheeler also is now a necessity or a minimum thing which every family wants. After that, now a new milestone is on nowadays, Dr. Ghosh and Dr. Vishal, which were not in my times, but in your times, it is a important milestone. That is going on vacation.
Yes, sir.
Every family wants to go on vacation. Every family. Your family will force to go on out of Gangtok, out of Sikkim, go to Rajasthan, go to Gujarat, go to South, and why India only go to Switzerland, go to USA? That is very natural. That is very natural. So vacation has also become very important milestone nowadays. And after some years, Dr. Vishal, your children are grown up, then the very important milestone will be happening in your life. That is higher education and professional education of children. Very important milestone. Then once their education is over, marriage of the children is the next milestone. We will all think about it. And last and most important milestone, Mr. Ghosh, living retirement life. That is also very, very important thing. And I don't know whether Dr. Vishal has got pension. Most of the university have stopped pension now. There is no pension now. So how we will live our retired life, sir? For that, the normal course would be to accumulate huge amount. And club that with the superannuation benefit which you will get at the time of retirement. Put all that money into some investment. Get some regular investment, monthly return, and we survive. That is a normal course of living retirement life. Normal course. So in the first column, you please jot down the milestones in your life. And Dr. Vishal, I give you leverage to all of you. If I have missed any milestone, you add on. That leverage I give it to you. Against each milestone in the second column, Dr. Vishal, please start putting the period when it is likely to happen. Just an idea only. Suppose Dr. Ghosh is unmarried still, and he says that I am likely to be married after 2 years. Put it 2 years against the marriage. Likewise, for every milestone, 2 years, then birth of the children, around 3.5 years. Then 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, 15 year, 20 year, 30 year. Start putting the period. Again, an estimate only, Dr. Vishal. Precisely not possible. Just take an estimate. Last column, Dr. Vishal, very important. Now, against each column, start putting the money which you will need for each milestone. Think about it. Suppose Dr. Vishal Ghosh says that I'm not married and I'm likely to be married after 2 years. All my marriage expenses will be taken care of by parents, but at least honeymoon package will have to be purchased by me. And that will be not less than 5 lakhs rupees. Okay, put it 5 lakhs against marriage. But Mr. Ghosh, it will not be 5 lakhs. Today it is 5 lakhs, but after 2 years, when you are actually going to take it, because of inflation, it might be 550.
Yes, sir.
It might be 550. So start putting the money against each milestone. And 2 very important milestones I want to discuss with all of you, Dr. Ghosh and Vishal sir, and all participants. The first milestone is, Dr. Vishal, the most important milestone is higher education and professional education of children.
Yes.
And Dr. Ghosh, a good MBA degree from a reputed institute in India costs around 20 lakhs today.
Yes.
2-year MBA degree, around 20 lakhs, maybe 80 lakhs, we take it 20 lakhs. But Dr. Ghosh, when your children will go on higher education after 25 years, have you ever imagined what will be the cost of that degree after 25 years? Sir, it will be not less than 2 crore rupees. The MBA degree, which is costing 20 lakhs today, Dr. Vishal, will cost not less than 2 crore rupees.
2 crores.
And perchance you have got 2 children, 4 crore only for the higher education and professional education of children. Am I right, sir?
Yes, sir.
Then marriage of children, not less than 1 crore rupees.
Yes.
Around
Yes.
1 crore rupees. Then last is retirement life, sir. And Dr. Ghosh, suppose you say that you are around 30 today, and you say that my monthly expenses are around 30,000. You are managing your monthly expenses with 30,000. But Dr. Ghosh, when you retire after 30 years at the age of 60, have you ever thought what will be your monthly expenses of the same standard of living, which is 30,000 today, Mr. Ghosh? It will be not less than 2 lakh rupees per month because of inflation. 2 lakh rupees per month means around 25 lakhs. Around 25 lakhs. So how much money you should accumulate for retirement plan, sir? Because 25 lakhs has to be generated as interest income or return on your corpus for retirement plan. Only then you will survive. A thumb rule is there, Mr. Ghosh. Your retirement corpus should be minimum 20 times of your annual expenses. Minimum. 25 lakhs multiply by 20. What it becomes, sir? Vishal, sir? 5 crore rupees.
5 crores.
5 crore for your retirement corpus, Mr. Ghosh. Put it 5 crore in against the retirement. And now I want to make you scary, Mr. Ghosh. Make the total of the last column. And you will be pained to know that most of the middle class, salary class person, Dr. Vishal, who are around 30 today, will need around 10 to 12 crore rupees for their milestones only. Only for their milestone. And Dr. Ghosh, I have excluded your monthly expenses from 30 year to 60 year. That I have excluded.
Yes.
From where 10 to 12 crore which will come, sir? From where it will come? That I know Dr. Vishal is very, very lucky. KBC Amitabh Bachchan show is starting. He will go to KBC show, will win 7 crore rupees, now 7.5 crore rupees. But what about others, sir? Yes. What about the lakhs of people? What about Dr. Ghosh and other young people? Yes, my dear participants. Now I want to give you confidence to all of you. You all can have 10 to 12 crore rupees in your life for your milestone, provided, underline, note it very carefully, provided you start very serious effort right from today on your savings and investment. It is a must. Because Mr. Ghosh, it is not going to happen in all of a sudden. You have to work very hard for it for 20-25 years. Please mind it. It is a must. And the chart which we have just prepared, Dr. Vishal, technically this chart is called, Dr. Ghosh, it is called financial plan. And I, of the personal opinion, Dr. Vishal, every family must have their financial plan. And it is not a rocket science. Very simple. Sit with your family, discuss everything. Make a chart. Make the first column milestone, then time horizon, and that money. And financial plan is in place. And once financial plan is placed, now the money requirement, periodical money requirement, Dr. Vishal, is clear before you.
Yes.
How much money you will need at what time and for what target.
What time.
And once that clarity comes, you will start seriously working for it. Yes. So please do have financial plan. Every family must have financial plan. One more thing I want to tell about investment is rule of compounding. Mr. Ghosh, rule of compounding is eighth wonder of the world. So important it is in investment. Rule of compounding is eighth wonder of the world. And what is rule of compounding in investment, sir? Simply speaking, you have to make a promise with yourself, taking your family into confidence. And that promise has to be sustained, sir. Only promise will not do.
Yes.
Promise is very simple. That whenever and whatever I will earn as return or income on my investments, I will never take that return or income for my vacation, for my celebration, for my family expenses. No, never. I will simply put the return with my regular investment and reinvest it.
Investing.
It is very tough, I know, sir. It is because when Dr. Vishal will get 5 lakh return on some of his investment, whole family will jump on him. Go on vacation, you have 5 lakh rupees. No, you enjoy that. No, sir. That has to be clear to the family. Return on investment will never be spent on vacation or celebration. It will, may it be 5,000, may it be 5 lakhs. Whatever the amount you earn, it has to be clubbed with your regular investment and reinvestment. And Dr. Ghosh, if you do it for 15, 20 years, I can promise you with confidence, you will be happily surprised, Dr. Vishal, that your return portion has become much greater than your original investment. But it will be happening not today, sir, not tomorrow. It will be happening after 15, 20 years.
15, 20 years. Yes.
So please follow rule of compound religiously, scrupulously. It is a must for your wealth creation. And time is the essence. More time you give to your investment, more return it will be. So please do understand the importance of rule of compounding. Now, last 10, 15 minutes, we will discuss, Dr. Vishal, what are the products available for the middle class, salary class person to invest? Because that is equally important. We must know the product where we can invest. And the first category of product, Dr. Ghosh, and it is for you now, Dr. Ghosh, and all young participants. First product is governmental small saving schemes. Governmental small saving. And one of the most important governmental small saving scheme, Dr. Ghosh, please note it down. If you have not been a member of this scheme, you have missed something. Please start making deposit in this scheme in the month of July itself. And the scheme name is Public Provident Fund Account, PPF. I don't know whether Dr. Vishal has opened it or not.
Yes.
Sorry. Great. If you have opened, great. But if you have, those who have not opened, must open PPF account. Maximum limit, Dr. Ghosh, is 1.50 lakhs annual. Minimum amount is 500 rupees in a year. It is a scheme for 15 years, sir, Dr. Vishal. But yes, you should never stop this at 15 years. You can continue with a batches of 5 years, 5 years, yes, unless and until you need money.
Yes, sir.
So please open a PPF account, those who don't have, and those who have PPF account, make sure that they deposit maximum limit of 1.50 lakhs in this PPF account. And two very small thing I want to tell Dr. Vishal about this PPF scheme is, if possible, deposit 1.50 lakhs at the beginning of the financial year itself.
Okay.
If possible. Beginning financial year means before 5th of April, because financial year started 1st of April. So before 5th of April, try to deposit 1.50 lakhs if possible. Because that will give you interest for the whole year. But suppose per chance you are not able to deposit 1.50 lakhs, then whenever you deposit amount in PPF account, Dr. Vishal, please make sure that you deposit amount in PPF account every month before 5th of the month. Because if you deposit on 6th, Dr. Vishal, you will not get interest for that month.
Okay.
Very small thing, but very important thing. So always deposit PPF contribution before 5th of the month, or if possible, at the beginning of the financial year before 5th, 1.50. And it will make thousands of rupees over a period of time. Over a period of time. So PPF is a very good account. It's still 7.10% interest being given, and it is a exempt, no tax at all at any level. And Dr. Vishal, one more thing I want to tell you. Even when your wife is not employed or earning something, you can legally open a PPF account for her. Legally. And start depositing 1.50 lakhs in their account. Because since it is exempt, it is exempt.
Yes.
So it is nothing illegal. So if you, both husband and wife must have PPF. If they have not done.
Yes.
Then, second stage of the governmental schemes are National Saving Certificate, NSC. I don't have time, so I will not give the details of each scheme.
Yes.
Just note it down. If you can, because now everything is available on websites, you can explore
Yes.
more. Third one is Kisan Vikas Patra. Third one is Kisan Vikas Patra.
Yes.
Fourth one is banks and post offices have got some saving scheme which you can look at. Fifth one is RBI also keep issuing taxable and tax-free bonds, which is also a good proposition for investment.
Investment.
Then Government of India also get loan from the public regularly. You can also give some money to the government as a loan. And for that, Dr. Vishal, RBI has recently started a portal. Name of the portal is RBI Retail Central.
Right. Yes.
RBI Retail Center,
Retail.
where you can register yourself, then start investing a small amount in government securities. Then Government of India has started channels for generating loan for the public sector undertakings. Earlier, they were independently issuing bonds and debenture to the public. But now, Bharat Bond 1 and Bharat Bond 2. Bharat Bond 1 and Bharat Bond 2, you can invest in those money. Then, second, this is the first option. And the beauty of this governmental small saving, we see, Dr. Vishal, is there is no risk at all. Whatever government has promised you, government will give you interest or return. And whenever your scheme matures, you will get the maturity amount. The return in the governmental small saving scheme, Dr. Vishal, might be reasonable, may not be extraordinary, but without any risk.
Any risk.
And I personally feel that a normal middle class, salary class person should invest 15% to 20% of their investment into government small savings, just to make cover their risk and getting reasonable return with certainty.
Yes.
Second category of investment is property and real estate, where we can invest. But before that, I want to tell one thing, Dr. Vishal, that we should not stick to one investment product only. We should try to develop a basket of investment. We should invest in different products. In some products, risk may be higher. In some product, risk may be moderate. In some product, risk may be minimum. But we should develop a basket of investment so our overall risk is balanced.
Yes.
Property and real estate is the other product where you can invest, but Dr. Vishal, risk is there. How much return you will get?
Nobody knows.
Not certain. Would you be able to sell the property when you need the money? Not certain. Then maintenance cost of the property is also very high nowadays.
Yes.
Maintaining a property is very
it's not easy.
It's not easy. And third and last one is, for real estate and property, you will need huge money to invest. You can't invest money in 5 lakh or 10 lakhs in real estate. You will need 50 lakh. I don't know about Gangtok much more, but everywhere the costs have gone like anything.
Yes.
So you will need lakhs of huge money for the investor. Real estate is a product available for you. How much money you should invest, I leave it to you. You have to take a call.
Yeah.
Third one is gold. So I don't know where the madam has gone, who had given initial introduction. Because the product I am talking now relates to her more. That is gold.
Yes.
My, my female participants feel fascinated when I start talking about the gold. Arey Baba, gold, no problem at all. As much as gold we have, no problem at all.
No problem.
Gold, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for joining. Gold has historically been a safety valve for the middle class, salary class person. Dr. Vishal, you will agree with me.
Yes, sir.
Middle class, salary class person have taken gold not as an investment, but as a safety valve. And Dr. Vishal, you might have observed that normally we give gold jewelry to our daughters at the time of marriage.
Marriage.
Why? There is a very deep-rooted thinking. Because we give jewelry to the daughter that in case of some emergency in future or some adverse circumstances, the family of the girl can
utilize
mortgage or sell the gold and come out of that problem.
Yeah.
That is why we give gold. But nowadays, earlier we were purchasing gold in physical form only, Dr. Vishal. But now you can purchase gold in digital form as well.
ETF.
And madam, if you are there, I am sharing a very good scheme of the government of India, no private scheme. And please note it down, that name of that scheme, Sovereign Gold Bond Scheme. And Dr. Vishal, it is equally for you and Dr. Ghosh as well, and for all the participants. You go and tell your partners and mother, sisters at home when you go. Sovereign Gold Bond Scheme, very good scheme of the government of India, no private scheme.
Okay.
In this scheme, Dr. Vishal, you can invest minimum 1 gram gold price decided by the government. Maximum investment you can make is 4 kg gold.
Okay.
Maximum 4 kg, minimum 1 kg. The scheme will run for 8 years. And two benefits government of India is giving to you under this scheme. Number one, Dr. Vishal, 2.5% guaranteed interest on your deposit. Suppose you have deposited 1 lakh rupees under this scheme. 2.5% simply means 2,500 rupees you will get. 2,500 you will get at interest under this scheme. And apart from this interest, Dr. Vishal, if you remain in the scheme for 8 years, because the scheme is tenure is 8 years.
8 years.
Whatever the gold price appreciation is there, suppose today gold price government decides 50,000. After 8 years, it becomes 80,000. So the difference between 80,000 and 30,000 will be given to you.
Okay.
Apart from interest. So two benefits are there.
Yeah.
And there is no gold will be given to you. Government of India will issue a certificate to you that you own this much of gold under this scheme. That's all. And the investment in the scheme can be made online and offline both. And if you go on online investment, Dr. Vishal, you will get additional 50 rupees discount on the gold price. Additional, if you go on online. So it is a very good scheme of the government of India. And you should consider of investing in that scheme. And the tax liability will be literally zero if you remain the scheme for 8 years.
Okay.
The fourth investment product available for the middle class, salary class person, Dr. Ghosh, is securities market, share bazaar. But when I start talking about share bazaar, people start sending message, "Arey sir, ye satta bazari hai, it is a speculation only. Don't talk about security market, how market goes up, how market goes down, we don't know." And I don't know whether Dr. Vishal might have made some investment on the advice of some friend or relation. He might have lost some money. So he is very clear now, he will not invest in security market. Yes, there are people like this only. Because Dr. Vishal, please do understand, security market is a purely knowledge-based market. If you don't have knowledge of the market, I discourage you not to invest in this.
Yes.
I will not recommend any of the person who don't have knowledge of the market to invest into the security market. Because knowledge is the prime thing in security market. Second thing is time. You have to give time into the
Yes.
Dr. Vishal, you might not be aware, security market has given 15% average annual return during last 35 years, which no product has given. 15% average annual return.
Yes.
But of course, risk is there in the security market. But there is an indirect way of investing in, there is a direct way of investing in through IPOs and purchasing shares from exchanges. But there is an indirect way of investing in security market, Dr. Vishal, and that is called mutual fund. Mutual fund is an indirect way of investing into security market. Dr. Vishal, mutual fund is nothing, but you are giving your savings to the experts. You are not directly investing.
Yes.
You are giving your savings to the experts. Why? Because of two reasons. First reason is, I don't have knowledge. They people have knowledge. Naturally, they are the expert. They have knowledge. Secondly, I don't have time, and they are full timers on this job only. So their decisions are likely to be better. No guarantee at all. But because they may also go wrong.
Yes.
Because in market, nobody in the world can predict precisely what will happen tomorrow.
Yes.
But still looking to the their experience, their expertise, their decisions are likely to be more advantageous or beneficial. That is why we give their money to them. Mutual fund has got three broad categories in security market, Mr. Ghosh. One is equity fund. In equity fund, please understand by definition name itself, your money will be invested into the equity share of the corporate, Dr. Vishal.
Yes.
Your money will be invested into the equity share of the market. So the risk is high. Market always go up and down.
Yes, sir.
Risk is very high. But probability of getting higher return is
also there.
And most of the equity fund has given more than 15% average return during last 10 years. Average, I'm telling you, not regular, because sometimes it might be even minus.
Yeah.
Sometimes even be 25%. So average return has been 15%. So equity fund is for those who are young, like Mr. Ghosh and like you, those who have 15, 20, 25 years to go. You have longer period to invest. And you can take high risk because you are young. So equity fund primarily is for young people. Second category is debt fund. In debt fund, Dr. Vishal, your money will be given as a loan to the corporates. Please understand very carefully. It will not be invested into equities. And when the loan is given, rate of interest is pre-decided and the maturity period is also decided. So in the debt fund, risk is lesser as compared to equity fund, but returns are also reasonable.
Yeah.
You should not expect a high return
in
debt fund at least. Reasonable. But those who don't want to take risk or those who can't take risk like people like me, then debt fund is a better proposition. Third category is hybrid fund. In hybrid fund, Dr. Vishal, we have laddus on both the hands. Means some of my money will go to the equity fund.
And some of them in debt fund.
And some of them will go to debt fund. So what I am envisaging is, I want to take little bit risk for higher return, but at the same time, I don't want to take full risk. I am managing my risk as well. So hybrid fund is for those persons, but are not don't want them to be exposed for the high risk.
Yes.
So this is it. And there are two plans in the mutual fund of investment. One is regular plan, other one is direct plan. And direct plan is more beneficial to the investor, Dr. Vishal. In direct plan, you simply visit the website of the AMC, select the scheme, give the information online, attach your bank details, you are invested there. If you have done KYC earlier, if you are a first time investor, then do your eKYC first, and then you are invested. But if you are not able to go for the direct plan for of any region, Then other option is regular plan. In regular plan, Mr. Ghosh, you will have to take the services of the local mutual fund distributor duly registered with MFI. There is a list available on the MFI website as well as on the website of SEBI also. You can call them, they will come to you, they will bring the form, they will help you out in filling the form, they will take document from you, they will check bank details from you, and they will deposit your papers to the mutual fund company and your investment in made operation. But one thing, sir, very clearly, don't take the advice of mutual fund distributor about the scheme, because they may suggest you a scheme which might not be proper for you. And in that scheme, they might be getting higher commission. So that is why this is a contradictory statement, but it is a fact. So decide scheme on your own, and that you can do, no problem. It is not a rocket science. Once you start investing, you will read a lot of things, then you are able to decide the scheme. The three unique features of mutual fund I want to tell Mr. Ghosh, and now I want attention of all the participants, please. The most important magic of the mutual fund, Dr. Vishal, is SIP, Systematic Investment Plan. Dr. Ghosh, it is a magic for the middle class, salary class person. And magic will happen when you continue investing for 15, 20, 25 years. And SIP is nothing but regularly investing. Any amount. Minimum amount is 500, maximum no limit. And you can start SIP, Dr. Vishal, for weekly, fortnightly or monthly or quarterly, whatever you want, period you want. I just want to give in a factual example, Dr. Ghosh, how SIP works, how SIP becomes a magic. But I will not name the mutual fund scheme and mutual fund company, because Dr. Vishal, it will be a unfair marketing of them. So I will not name them, but facts are there. These are the facts I am sharing with all of you. One mutual fund company, Mr. Ghosh, started an equity fund in 1995. Please note down the dates very carefully. One equity fund was started by a mutual fund company in 1995. And a small investor like Dr. Vishal, of course, you might have not been able at that time to invest, but the people who were there at that time started an SIP of 10,000. 10,000 was a big amount at that time, of course. But still, he was courageous enough and he had money, of course. He started, or she started, SIP of 10,000 rupees per month in that equity scheme. And right from Dr. Ghosh, right from 1995 till 2022, he or she had been very, very particular and regular in investing SIP. Particular, because normally what happened, Dr. Vishal, when market goes down, a lot of people come and start investing, including start SIP. But when the market goes down, they become afraid. They just go out of the market. Arey baba, mujhe nuksan ho jayega. I will lose the money and all these things. It do happen, but that is a blunder they do. That is the blunder, Mr. Ghosh, they do. That fellow didn't do. He continued to that SIP every month with 10,000 rupees. Every month. Whether market was up, whether market was down, what are the movement of the market, he was very blind rather from the movement of the market. He said, no problem, I will continue it. And that was the crux of his success. Dr. Vishal, can you imagine how much corpus he has got now? Again, I repeat, 10,000 SIP from 1995 regularly. The corpus has become, Mr. Ghosh, 9.57 crore. That's the magic of SIP.
Yes,
but 2-3 things you have to think very clearly. Start SIP as early as you can. Continue with the SIP for a longer period as much as you can do. Because more period you give, more multiplicity will be there. Then never stop the SIP looking at the movement of the market. Because Dr. Vishal, you will agree with me, going up and down is the basic characteristic of the market. Market will always go up and down, always. Today market at 52, 53, 6 months, 1 year back it was 62. But in March 2020, it was 20. It was 30 only. So market will always go up. Rather, when market goes down, start investing more money into the market at that time, because you will get higher units. So SIP is a magic. Then STP means systematic transfer plan. You once you have lump sum money, you put that money into one form and then keep transferring that money into other scheme regularly. And third one, Dr. Vishal, third facility is SWP, systematic withdrawal plan. SWP, systematic withdrawal plan. Dr. Vishali, it is opposite of SIP.
SIP.
In SIP, we were investing regularly every month. In SWP, we were regularly withdrawing money. That is meant basically, Dr. Ghosh, for your retirement life. Suppose you have been very, very smart and accumulated a corpus of around 5 crore rupees. Now you are going to retire. And the most painful thing after retirement, Dr. Ghosh, is what it is? No salary.
No salary.
No credit to the salary on the first thing in my account. That is the most painful thing happen when we retire. Yes. How we can manage our affairs, how to live retirement life. Yes. If you have developed a corpus of very huge corpus with a mutual fund company, any mutual fund company, you simply write to them that from next month onwards, please keep transferring 1 lakh, 2 lakh, whatever you want from my corpus to my bank account on first. They will do it. Ultimately, your money only.
Yeah.
But you will have a comfort of getting money at the first of the month. As you are getting earlier. So you will continue to enjoy your life. But the remaining corpus with the mutual fund will continue to earn return for you. Because you have withdrawn only 2 lakh rupees in the first one, Dr. Vishal. The remaining amount of 4 crore 98 lakhs are with them, which is continued investing. So you will continue to get return. So SWP is a facility which you can have for your retirement life, but for that precondition is very clear. You will have to develop a huge corpus.
Huge corpus.
That is it. Mutual fund is a very tough, long subject. Next time, when you give me time, I will take a dedicated session on mutual fund for 2 hours. Next time, whenever we feel mutually convenient.
Yes, sir.
Now, lastly, 2 things I want to tell you, sir. Firstly, there is a menace in our country which is on for years together here. I don't know, it must be in Sikkim as well. That menace, Dr. Vishal, is Ponzi scheme, chit fund and committees. People do come, promise you higher return, doubling your money in 3 or 4 years. They are all fraud. I'm using a very harsh word for them, Mr. Ghosh.
Yes.
Because they will never return your money. They don't have any business model. It is simply promise. They are making false promises to you. So we should never invest our hard-earned money in Ponzi scheme, chit fund and committees. And Dr. Vishal, I know you are all educated person. You will not invest. But then who will invest? Who are investing? The segment of the society, Dr. Vishal, who are not so educated. Your peon, your driver, your taxi wala, your rickshaw wala, your milk vendor, your plumber, your electrician, your small shopkeeper. Basically, they come or temptation of getting higher rate, promise of higher return, and they invest their hard-earned money in those schemes. So, Dr. Vishal, I will request you and all your faculty members, start a campaign across your area. Educate as much people as you can that they should never invest their hard-earned money in those Ponzi schemes. If they don't have any knowledge about any other thing, forget about anything. They simply put their money in bank and post offices. At least their money will be safe. So this is your social responsibility. Please take it forward.
Yes.
And last one, Mr. Ghosh and Madam, where is Madam? I want to again invite Madam. Last sentence only. And Mr. Mahapatra also, if he is available. Last one, sir. Mr. Vishal.
Yes, sir.
Prosperity is your right.
Yes.
We have got right to be prosper. It is not a begging.
Yes.
Every individual has got right to be prosper. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mahapatra, joining. Every individual has got right to be prosper. Mr. Vishal, we might have born into a poor family. That is,
Yeah.
incidentally, it might have happened.
Yes.
Incidentally, with some of them, it might have happened that we might have born into poor family. Birth in a poor family is not a curse at all. Please mind it. Forget about the things. But living as poor and die as a poor is a
Poor
curse.
is, yes.
And all we can take care of that curse by taking care of our money right from the day we start earning. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
Thank you, sir.
I want Dr. Mahapatra to give his observation about the session, then we can take it forward question answer session.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening us with your valuable insights on various financial market schemes, right from insurance to mutual fund, gold, and hybrid funds. And it was really a wonderful session, and we are pleased to hear from you, sir. Thank you. Moving on, I request Sri KVS Kameswara Rao, Registrar Sikkim University, for the special address.
Actually, I do not know whether my video is on.
Please, sir, you are not visible, sir.
Yes, but there is something, I think.
No problem, sir. You can continue. You can continue without video even.
Okay. I hope I'm audible to everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. Our respected Professor Mahapatra ji and today's eloquent speaker, Shri Shurikant Sharma ji, and then my friend Dr. Sanjay Agarwal and other faculty of Department of Commerce, students, a very good evening. Today we have listened to very enlightened lecture, very detailed lecture from Shri Shurikant Sharma ji. So when people asked me to address, I thought that I would ask a few requests to Shri Shurikant Sharma ji to speak about in his lecture. But I couldn't speak before him. But I am now take the privilege of asking a methodology to invest in stock without having a detailed technical knowledge about the diversifying way of investment to have a steady growth and maximizing return and minimizing risk. How we can best do that? This is one of the requests I wanted to ask. If feasible, he can cover this in question and answer session. And also, of course, he has slightly covered how investment could be important for different classes of people for different requirements. Mostly, I would request Shri Sharma ji to enlighten us on how to invest in stocks without having any detailed technical knowledge. So, of course, SIPs, mutual funds, gold, bonds, insurance, he has already covered. And then without taking much of the time of the participants, I would request that we can switch over to the question and answer session so that the entire participant lot can be benefited with the knowledge of Shri Shurikant Sharma ji. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Rao. Before coming to answer session, I just want to give answer to your questions. The first you have mentioned about the methodology of investing in stocks. Sir, very honestly speaking, there is no shortcut in security market. First, you have to attain knowledge. Without knowledge, very honestly speaking, it is not, because there is no yardstick or there is no shortcut in security market to get to earn money or to get a good return over a long period. Of course, by fluke, some people might have got some IPOs and they might have got very handsome return in a very short period. But that is not the rule. These are exceptions. For security market investment, one thing I can tell to all the participants, including Rao sir, that you have to be a long-term investor. This is the crux, firstly. Secondly, sir, you have to have knowledge of the market. And if you don't have knowledge of the market, then whatever decision you take may not be a wise one. Because then you must be relying on the advice of others. That is why, Dr. Vishal, I was emphasizing that the other way around is you start investing in mutual fund where at least experts are available. At least experts are available. So they, whatever decision they take might be more beneficial to the general investor over a long period of time.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir.
Sir.
Because I take the example of this national pension scheme.
Sorry.
Probably it is also manned by very experts, knowledgeable people, how to invest that money. So around 5 years ago, when I was working in previous organization, when my individual contribution was around 15,000 and the employer contribution was around 15,000, 30,000 I used to contribute. And then when I see the every month, it used to rise by 1 lakh. So 70,000 out of interest and 30,000 the contribution. Total each month 1 lakh used to be the enhanced amount. But nowadays, even after I pumping in more money than 30,000 into that, because my contribution and employer contribution, it is standstill. And not only standstill, when you observe the general rate of interest or anything, it is going minus. So when it is being manned by experts, why this is happening, I do not know.
Sir, just for your kind information, I don't know which option you have given for the your contribution to be invested.
No, there is no option. There is a standard option, UTI around 33%, LIC 33%, and then State Bank of India 33%. But at times it goes up and down. They decide how do they be.
It is tier 1 contribution only, sir.
Sir, I know, but then you go to the scheme again, sir. It is not mandatory. You can change the option.
Yes.
You can change the option, sir. Whatever you are talking, standard options are standard only, but still you have got right to change the option.
Okay.
And options can be changed all the time. That after 50, of course, you can't change the option, because after 50, it is mandatory that your majority of your contribution will go to the government securities only, because of safety, because of less risk averse. But if you are young, you can change the option. You can go for 90%, 75% security market and 25% in government securities, or vice versa, whatever you want. So that option is available, firstly. Secondly, what you were taking before 5 years, there your investment might be going to some products which might be generating higher return. That is why what you had seen in monthly basis, that your return was increasing every month. Nowadays, because of the slowdown of the economy, because of pandemic, sir, you will agree with me, because ultimately NPS returns are also broadly connected with the economy. Broadly speaking. So your return might be minimum or nominal, but rest assured, sir, longer you stay with the NPS, the return will come up, and average return in NPS during last 10 years has been 9.57%, if you might have observed. That is the static of the PFRDA, Government of India. So please continue with the NPS. And in NPS also, sir, there are options available. You must be aware that out of the total corpus you will develop in NPS, 60% will be given to you at the time of retirement tax-free. No tax on that. Remaining 40%, you will get annualized pension, or that is annuity, whatever you say it. But the minus point is NPS is your pension or annuity will be fixed one for the whole life.
Life.
Suppose you get 30,000 at the beginning, that whole life you will get 30,000 only. But now PFRD is working on this aspect as well, that you will get increased annuity every year. Of course, some modality they are working out, what they work out, that is a different story, but they are working on it. Thirdly, at the time of pension also, you will have 3 options in NPS, sir. Of course, time is very short at my disposal. Otherwise, I can speak on NPS for 1 hour minimum. Thirdly, you will have 3 options at that, in NPS as far as annuity is concerned. First option is, you say that I will get pension, that's all. I don't bother about my wife and my family. Then pension amount will be relatively higher. But if you say that when I am alive, I should get pension, and after my death, my wife should also get pension, then your pension amount will be relatively lesser as compared to the first option. And third option is, I get pension, my wife should also get pension, and then my nominees will get all the money refunded to them. This is the third and last option. In that scenario, your pension will be relatively much lesser. So that option will also be given to you at the time of retirement.
Okay.
Because NPS is not a bad scheme, sir. Only thing is how you opt as per your age. Those who are young and have joined NPS scheme must go for the higher allocation to the securities market. But but when you grow, when you touch 50, 55, it should be reversed. Your 80% should go to the government security, because at that time you can't take risk, and 25% minimum should go to the security market.
Thank you, sir.
Any other question from any participant?
Yes, Balana Shankar, please.
Now I invite Dr. B. Muthupandian, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, Sikkim University, as a moderator for question and answer session.
Or participant can just raise the hand and can directly ask the question as well.
Yeah. Yes, sir. It is. This is Pandian.
Yeah.
I hope I am audible.
Yeah, please.
Thanks, Sanjula, to give a chance to express my thoughts. And sir, first of all, I congratulate you, sir, and I express my sincere thanks to you for a wonderful session relating to the personal finance. And a few of the questions is already posted in a chat box. Very first question is posed by Mr. Vivek Ghosh. Is it totally tax? It's totally a risk-free investment of T-bills. T-bills is totally interest risk-free.
No, sir, not at all. T-bills, whatever return you get on T-bills are liable to be taxed.
No, not because tax, sir. It is they are asking in a risk-free.
That's why I am telling you, sir. Yes, T-bills are risk-free, absolutely, because that is a government security, sir. Treasury bills, T means treasury bills.
Yes, sir.
They are totally risk-free because treasury bills are issued by the government of India only.
Okay. And second question are raised by Manzoor. Mr. Manzoor, he asked about that how much money invest minimum, means in her salary, how much percentage they devote for a investment purpose.
Sir, ideally you can invest 100% if you can. Because there cannot be a general prescription or standardization of savings. Dr. Vishal, you will remember that at the beginning itself I have told, it depends upon your liabilities. It depends upon your income. So you have to take a call how much you can save. I can't prescribe you should save 20%, 30%, 50%, whatever it may be. People do prescribe such things, but I don't think that is feasible to each and every person, because every person has got different obligations and different income structure and all these things. So please, but one thing I want to request, save as much as you can. That's all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your clarification about relating the questions raised by our participants. Now I request hand over to again Anjula for continuing proceedings. Thank you so much.
Sir, I have one mediclaim policy, family floater.
Yeah.
So by mistake, I did this thing. No, I have to pay cash 25%. Is it possible to convert it to cashless policy?
Yes, sir. I think it is a mistake you did.
Yes, sir.
Because,
I did a mistake. Yes,
and it must have been done by virtue of ignorance only.
correct, sir.
Because 25% simply means, suppose the bill comes of 5 lakh rupees, then out of 5 lakh rupees, 25% you will have to contribute.
Correct, sir.
But nowadays, 100% cashless facility is available. And you will have to check with the person from whom you have taken policy. I don't think they will now agree for this change, because the premium will rise like anything, very honestly speaking. Because premium will be different, na? Because truly speaking, your insurance is not for 5 lakhs. It is 75% only. Because 25% you are contributing.
Yes, sir.
So I don't think they will agree to it.
Okay, sir. And you also said about the.
But sir, from your experience, I again tell all the participants, read all the conditions very carefully for all life insurance and health insurance policies. Normally, we'll simply sign without reading the. Take your time, sir. You are taking a very important decision in your life. Take some paper or some condition or document from them and tell the agent, come after 1 week, after 10 days. Read every condition very carefully, and wherever you have died, ask him 100 times.
Okay, sir. And also you said about the systematic withdrawal plan. So in any bank it can be done?
No, sir. It is a mutual fund only.
Okay.
It is not a bank. It is a mutual fund only.
Okay, sir.
Mutual.
Your deliberation was very nice, excellent, and your style also was very lucid. So that was a good part, and many of our students, they have understood. We are also in this thing conference hall, even though you cannot see, but we have this thing.
Okay, great. Sir, Dr. Rao and Dr. Mahapatra, it will be my privilege to be with you physically as well.
Yes, sir. We also wanted. No, next time we can do. Hopefully, in the next semester, we can again organize you all.
Yeah. And we can come to you physically as well. We will do a physical program.
That way, it will be very good. And thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.
I hand over to Anjula. Anjula is our PhD scholar.
Oh, great. Okay.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a question. Like, I'm a student in Sikkim University, M.Com department. So I have done this LIC in like 2 years ago, and like it is for 20 years. So that is like very very long-term investment, I think. So I wanted to like cancel that one and in like do some other like in other life insurance. So what?
Selina, first of all, insurance is not an investment. You did a blunder.
Yes, sorry, sir. That was like, wait.
I am very blunt with you. I should not be blunt with you, but I am.
No, sir. I'm saying like I have done that, but that is like
no.
long term.
What I am telling you, stop it at once. Forget about whatever loss you are incurring. Incur it, because that is a temporary loss. But if you continue contributing for 20 years,
yes,
then
sir,
lakhs of rupees will go from your pocket and you will get nothing. That is why please keep insurance and investment separately. In the session itself, I have also mentioned it. And start an SIP of even 500, 1,000 rupees out of your pocket money. And you must be getting some research scholar and monthly. So you must be getting something. Okay. Any other question from any participant?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
This is Sanjay, Dr. Sanjay Subba from one of the college of Sikkim.
Yeah.
So it was very nice session. Actually, earlier also I attended many sessions, but this session I found very fruitful, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And I have some questions.
Yeah.
So you were talking about insurance, no? So for our security, we should have health insurance like life insurance and all, no? So I want to have insurance of at least around 1 crore or 1.5 crore. So which product is more suitable for me?
Sir, what is your age? What is your age?
My age is 38, sir.
You can still take life insurance cover through term insurance, TERM, term insurance.
Okay,
of
sir.
course, your premium will come little bit higher, sir, because of age, very honestly speaking. But still you have chance to get some 1 crore life insurance covered through term insurance. But don't waste time now. Take term insurance as early as you can. And you compare that, because there are a lot of companies offering a term insurance. You devote some time. Yes, my dear participant, I also want to give you, please note it down, 3-4 good websites available, which are useful, and you must visit those websites first before starting investing. The first website, Dr. Subba is AMFI website, AMFI.
Okay, sir.
And that is for investment only, for mutual funds I am talking about. Insurance, you can visit the website of IRDA, ERDA, IRDA.
Oh, IRDA. Okay, sir.
Lot of material available on insurance products. As far as investment in mutual fund are concerned, AMFI is the website. Then AMFI. Then 3-4 private websites are there, but they have got good material on them. So please note down Value Research.
Yes, sir.
Value Research. Then Money Control.
Yes, sir.
Then Money Control. And last one is ET Money, Economic Times Money, ET Money.
Okay, ET Money. I know that, sir.
So lot of material is available there. Lot of short videos are also there. Please devote some time. Next 1 month, you should study material as much as you can, so that you can have a fair idea about the insurance and investment.
And sir, thank you very much. And one more thing, sir. Since Sikkim, we are having tax exemption, sir. We don't have to pay tax for income. We are exempted for tax. So I want to invest some money in any securities, but I don't bother about tax since I'm a tax exempted. So which scheme do you suggest for me?
Sir, then you start investing in mutual fund, large cap equity fund, or index fund.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Large cap equity fund or index fund. Just for when you start investing, because it has got relatively lesser risk.
Okay, sir. Thank you. I will go through that. I will just
please. And we will come to your college as well. When we come next, we will come to your college.
Sure, sir. So we will invite you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you all. Yes, Mahapatra sir. Any more question from any participant, or should we wind it up?
No, sir. Thank you for the questions. Now I request Dr. A.N. Shankar sir, Associate Professor, Department of Commerce, Sikkim University, to deliver the concluding remark and vote of thanks.
Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I take this opportunity to thank you very much. I take this opportunity to give the concluding remark. Actually, from the introductory note of our Dean of the School of Professional Studies, Professor S.S. Mahapatra, and from the insights given by the resource person, from the insights given by the resource person, we can and the interactions done by the members of faculty, scholars, we can identify that personal finance is of utmost significance for individuals' lifespan. And Sir Suryakant Sharma sir, our resource person, have made us travel through the various phases of life, from joining the services to various stages, and then how finance is of significance and how its management is of significance, how the discipline of a strict financial discipline is of significance for middle class wage earners or salary earners. It has been very enlightening talk by Suryakant Sharma sir, and then his expertise have made us exposed to various avenues of savings in the form of acquisition of assets for wealth creation for the purpose of prosperity. Again, various forms of investment which are of secured nature. He exposed us through the various avenues, right from RBI retail center, then sovereign gold bonds, all right. Then again, national savings certificate, KVP, PPF, and various strategies to invest within the PPF itself. So we got a very good exposure through this. Now, after concluding this, I'd like to extend thanks on behalf of our Sikkim University. First of all, I thank our administrative head, Sri KVS Kameshwar Rao sir, the Registrar of Sikkim University, who has spared his valuable time for the event. And prior also, he has put efforts for linking the two institutions and the resource person. We are very much thankful to you, sir. Next, I convey special thanks to the esteemed resource person, Sri Suryakant Sharma sir, presently consultant at AFMI, with vast experience of his involvement in various government positions. He has shared what a normal human being in services is required to plan for his future in the era of new pension scheme. We especially thank you, sir, and we would like to see you in other semesters also, sir. Next, we thank our Dean, School of Professional Studies, Professor S.S. Mahapatra, sir, who has been working hard since past 2 months somewhere to organize this program, this type of program, and then he has led the entire event for our institution. Thank you very much, Professor S.S. Mahapatra, sir, Head of the Department and Dean of the School of Professional Studies. Next, I thank for the technical support from Dr. Sanjay Kumar Agarwal, sir, who is a member of AMFI and deserves a special mention. Sir, I thank you for coordinating with us.
On my behalf and on behalf of HEMFI, I am also thankful to all of you, particularly Dr. Rao, Dr. Mahapatra, and you and Dr. Vishal, and all your faculty members who have contributed for this program. And special thanks also goes to Dr. Sanjay Agarwal for coordinating this program for you. Thank you very much. God bless you all, sir.
Thank you, sir. And finally, the thanks goes to members of faculty from various universities, Sikkim Manipal University, members of faculty and students, and members of faculty of Nar Bahadur Bhandari College and students thereof who have joined for the event. Seriously, they have been interacting, and members of faculty of Sikkim Government College, Namchi, and students thereof. And finally, I thank our technical coordinator, Dr. B. Muthupandian, right? And at the same time, I take the platform to congratulate him once again. He's an associate professor in Kerala, Central University of Kerala. All right. So just now he got promoted there. So this lesson from our resource person would really enlighten his financial life in future. So thanks a lot, sir. And then I thank our research scholars and Dr. Ravi Shekhar Vishal sir, who has taken initiative to interact with our resource person. Thank you very much to one and all, sir.
Thank you very much.
Sir,
Thank you, sir.
national anthem will be played.
Yeah.
Just 2 minutes.
जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा, तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष गाहे तव जय गाथा, जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Rao. And thank you, Mr. Mahapatra. Special thanks to Dr. Rao and Mr. Mahapatra.
Sir, we would like to take your contact numbers. Of course, I will be speaking to either Professor Mahapatra or Dr. Sanjay Agarwal to take your contact number, sir.
Yeah, Dr. Mahapatra has got my number and Dr. Sanjay Agarwal can share with you.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you all very much, sir. So now we can conclude this program. The next time we want to see you in person, we can have program in Sikkim University.
Definitely, sir. Definitely.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Sanjay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Rao. Thank you.
Sir, also for joining our program. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Which one?